Data Center Transformation 2025. I'm joined by Jonas Kano from FläktGroup. How are you, sir?
Mark, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're here as a delegate, as a speaker?
No, a delegate, but we sponsor as well. So we're sponsoring the network drinks.
Oh, awesome.
So more beer for everyone.
You'll be very popular then.
Certainly will, hopefully, anyway.
All right, well, I won't take up much of your time, so I've just got a few questions for you. How do you see AI impacting the data center industry?
That's a really good question. Everyone's talking about AI. It's such a ubiquitous discussion now. A lot of people don't necessarily know the ins and outs of AI per se, but the way it impacts data centers is data needs to be stored somewhere, and AI stores a lot of data, or needs a lot of data to be stored. So it impacts data centers because data centers need to grow. It needs to be bigger data centers, more scalable, and also be able to deal with the workloads in which AI provide, which is slightly different from your typical workload under structured data. Mm-hmm. It needs a lot of unstructured data to be trained, to train the AI, and then obviously solve the problems that's out there. So the data center industry is going to grow massively at a higher scale than ever before because AI is more ubiquitous.
Awesome. Right, next one. This is an easier one for you. Where does liquid cooling fit into all this?
Easier? I thought it would be harder. It's an interesting one. So traditionally, data centers have been cooled with air, so air-to-air cooling. And air has been great for data centers because the way machines need to be cooled, air has been very much fine. But now, with AI, with higher workloads, air may not be sufficient in the future because now you have higher density of machines within these spaces that need much more efficient cooling. Now that's where liquid comes into it. So there's different types of liquid cooling. I think the one that's going to take effect really would be the direct-to-chip liquid cooling. And where we come in is what we call the CDU, so it's coolant distribution units. And so whereby we would get the right liquid to the technology side, where then it gets to the chip itself. And that's where we come in.
Well, that leads me nicely onto my next question, because there was some big news for FläktGroup recently. You were bought by Samsung.
Indeed.
So the question is, what does the near future and the distant future hold now for FläktGroup? Let's say, how's it looking for the next 6 months, and maybe stretch it out to 12, 24 months?
Yeah, so we'll all be making TVs now. But realistically, it's a great acquisition. And we're finalizing all the fine detail as we speak, right, over the next couple of months in terms of compliance and what have you. But for the near future, we'll be left alone. We're a very good brand. FläktGroup is a good brand.
Nice.
We're known world over.
I was going to say, from just what you said there, it's not just a case of Samsung coming in to buy FläktGroup and taking all your tech. You can now lean on the backing of Samsung to help drive FläktGroup forward.
That's exactly it. So Samsung are seeing the data center industry and saying, where can we get involved? Yeah. They're very good at what they do in the retail side of things, in the consumer goods side of things. But there's a lot to be said about where this industry is going from an industrial, commercial data center perspective. And they bought us purely because our growth and our presence in that space. And so what they want to do is probably beyond our imaginations at the moment. We can certainly see that in the near future it would be leave them alone, invest in them, let them grow. But in the medium and to long term, they'll probably have a lot bigger plans where we'll be more involved in the Samsung brand. On a bigger scale. Samsung would have their own data centers. For example, where would that go? How would FläktGroup be involved in that? So again, it's exciting times that we're dealing with.
I think it's a real positive indictment of what FläktGroup have been doing up to now, that companies such as Samsung are going, we want to buy them. They can be part of our whole team and go forward with that. So the future's looking good.
It is. We've traditionally been a $1 billion company, year in and year out, for example, with growth in that perspective. But Samsung are, a $235 billion company.
Yeah, they're one of the biggest in the world. Let's not kid anyone.
So it puts us in a totally different league. but it gives us a lot more room to flex our imaginations and not just react to the industry,
Yeah.
but drive the industry, drive where data centers are going, how AI are impacting data centers, how we're impacting that ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's again, I will keep on stressing this, it's hugely exciting times for us because we are now, as a company, within the driver's seat.
Yeah, it's better from all the people that I speak to in the industry. It seems to me it's always better to be at the forefront, to be pushing forward rather than being dragged along and trying to keep up.
Yeah.
So I think the FläktGroup are going to be in a really healthy position.
Yes. What is it like to be in a first mover position? What is it like to think anticipate where the industry could be going and then drive that to suit the business?
Yeah.
These are yes, they are strategic concepts, but they are concepts that make sense for us as a company, moving forward.
That's awesome, Jonas. Listen, thank you very much for your time. Go and grab some lunch and enjoy the networking drinks.
Thank you.
Take it.